Welcome to another edition of the McAllen Update. I'm Roxanne Lerma.
And I'm Roy Cantu here in the McAllen City Commission Chamber to show off our new city seal.
That's right, Roy. We're going to be seeing a whole lot more of this around the city of McAllen.
Leading the news today, another recent immigrant influx pushed up overnight stays last month at our local relief center at Sacred Heart Catholic Church. The Immigrant Relief Center, which Catholic Charities of the Rio Grande Valley opened about 15 months ago, had to add another tent to accommodate the flow of undocumented immigrants. A total of 762 migrants spent the night at the center in July. Roxanne Lerma has more details on a recent briefing that brought together community leaders and local law enforcement to address the surge.
That's right, Roy. We just wrapped up a very informational immigration briefing. Border Patrol spearheading the effort along with our federal, local, and state partners. Joining us now to tell us more about that, Mayor Darling. Mayor, why is it so important for us to have a meeting of the minds like this?
Well, you saw there's a lot of different agencies and different departments in the Border Patrol that have to have a coordinated effort. You know, we always thought we're kind of that process at the bus station in the Sacred Heart Church is really kind of an extension of what's going on until they hit wherever they're going, Los Angeles or everything, that it's part of our community and part of what's happening in the immigration process. So I'm glad we're invited and they feel that we are a part of it.
So give us an update on the immigration influx, so to speak. It's not 2014, but we have seen a little bit of a spike in numbers.
Yeah, I guess significantly it's not 2013.
Yeah.
You know, and so it's much more concentrated than it ever has in the past. And it wasn't the surge. I think some things, you know, a lot of people left already or in that process. Some people are getting deported, so there's less emphasis on that. But I think one of the things it shows is the media in the United States controls a lot of what happens because the cartels use that news. When they talked about normalization of the relations with Cuba, for instance, they had a whole bunch of Cubans coming across from Tampico over here saying, I'm here for asylum, because they knew from the news it may happen. And so we kind of see there's all kind of different influences that happen, but hopefully the biggest influence is the conditions in those countries that they're coming from.
So what's the solution?
Well, we say, foreign policy that makes sense, foreign aid, and we're having something Thursday in McAllen with all the ambassadors from the three countries, which are, as you heard, the primary countries that the immigrants are coming for, the people are coming from, which is Honduras, El Salvador, and Guatemala, in addressing the conditions that are making the people flee those countries and come here.
Okay. Mayor, thank you for that perspective. Roy, now back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Roxanne. And now a friendly reminder. Don't ruin your final summer bash by drinking and driving, or you'll end up in jail. The McAllen Police Department will be joining local law enforcement agencies in Operation Drink, Drive, and Go to Jail. For the past year and a half, the McAllen Police Department has been doing no refusal sporadically to crack down on drinking and driving.
Hidalgo County as a whole is moving towards a no refusal type of county. We are going to be using the Labor Day weekend as a test project for all of the county to be working on a no refusal basis. So, as you know, McAllen has been working no refusal sporadically throughout the last year and a half or so. Hidalgo County as a whole is moving in that direction.
McAllen Police will also be doing DWI enforcement and no refusal. So play it safe and get a designated driver. And don't drink and drive. Teamwork certainly goes a long way. We know that with the recent renovations on McAllen Veterans Memorial Stadium, part of a unique partnership between the city and the school district. Roy Cantu joins us now with a look at the sneak peek opening.
Thanks, Roxanne. We're here at McAllen Veterans Memorial Stadium. With me right now is the school board president, Conrado Ito Alvarado. First of all, congratulations on the stadium improvements. It looks awesome.
It does, and what a great event. A lot of student athletes out here, and we're able to recognize them, and what a first great facility, just what our student athletes deserve and need.
You addressed the students and the community here, and you said this is more than a football stadium. Absolutely. Tell me what you mean by that.
Well, you know, someone asked me, why are you putting so much money into just a football stadium? And it's not. Think about a football game, how many student athletes are impacted from choir, from ROTC, from the band, from orchestra, from student council, and those are just a few. So it impacts all our student athletes. And what the best student leadership opportunity is our extracurricular sports. So it is teaching them skills that they can use further in life. So it's not just football, it impacts all our student athletes.
So we invite the entire community to come out here and to take a look at this great stadium improvements. You will notice a big difference from the time you hit the door to the time you take your seat. So join us here at the McAllen Veterans Memorial Stadium with McAllen ISD and the City of McAllen. For the City of McAllen, I'm Roy Cantu.
Thanks, Roy. For those of you who enjoy public transportation, things will be getting a little futuristic soon. The City of McAllen's Transit Department is launching a pilot project to test out 2 electric buses on one of its most popular routes. If you ride to La Plaza Mall or the Hospital District, you won't even hear the engine on.
We've acquired 2 buses, 2 fully electric buses that will be charged inductively. What that means is there will be a charging pad embedded in the street, and a bus will pull over the charging pad, and with a charging component at the bottom of the bus will charge without any type of connectivity. It'll be done through inductive wave magnetic resonating, and so you don't have to pull the bus out of service to charge it.
As riders get ready to start their trip, the electric buses will be charging at a couple of charging stations for 10 minutes to continue their service throughout the day. You won't even notice a change while the buses charge with the underground stations. Police officers in McAllen can soon enjoy some extra elbow room. Roy Cantu joins us now with an update on the PD expansion project.
Thanks, Roxanne. We're here at the McCallum Police Department with Chief Victor Rodriguez to talk about his expansion project at the police department. Chief, tell us, how's the project coming along?
Well, we're getting close. As you know, the construction project that we talk about here involves the addition of 16,000 square feet of new space to the McAllen Public Safety Building. It also involves 16,000 square feet of remodeling. So I'm suggesting about a couple of months away. As you've seen around today, most of the construction is done. The new construction is done. We've got some remodeling to do. But we're at that stage right now where we're waiting to free up, basically release the new space so that we can move into that, and then release the old space so that they can remodel that. So it's getting really, really close. It's very, very exciting. The citizens of McAllen should be very, very proud about this building once we get it done. And I think this building, once it's done, we're set for about 20, 25 years in terms of building needs at McAllen Public Safety Headquarters. Now, the other nice thing to say about this is that we've been able to pay with this construction. All of it has been borne by forfeiture of funds. That is, we've seized funds, we've seized assets, and converted that into revenue for this project, and paid this project with those funds.
I know in your design you sort of were real interested in keeping the customer service angle to this building. So when people approached the building, needed to do some business here, they would find it up front in the building.
Right, precisely. And purpose of the project, number one, is to basically relocate all our patrol function towards the front of the building, and then provide them a feasible work area. In other words, we've got workspaces where the captain's right next to the lieutenant's right next to roll call. All of these are designed especially for the patrol function, and especially for the front service desk. All of these will be up front. When a citizen walks in, they'll be able to see police officers working, and/or records or municipal court. All that will be up front as they walk in.
And so, folks, the next time that you see, of course, the update here at the McCallum Police Department, you're going to see some new things from a teen court area that was moved over to make it more accessible for teens and judges. And also, you're going to see a lot more about their CSI operations. For the City of McAllen, I'm Roy Cantu.
For more on this story, follow us on our social media outlets. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter and Instagram, and watch us on YouTube. You can also catch us on McAllen.net. We'd love to hear your feedback.
That wraps up another edition of McAllen Update. For the City of McAllen, I'm Roy Cantu.
And I'm Roxanne Lerma. We leave you now with a look back at Viva McAllen Streets. Thanks for joining us.
Viva McAllen Streets! Pink lemonade, that's my favorite.
Today, by being part of this, you're helping Crime Stoppers with their fundraiser.